So I gave you two assignments, right? Assignment 1 is composition of vectors and 2 is expressing vectors in their respective components.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any doubts?
So 7th.
In
Yes,
which
sir.
one? So first we'll complete assignment 1, then we'll go to assignment 2. Assignment 1, 7th one, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, tell me the numbers so that I'll mark and have it. 7.
Sir, 11.
7, 11,
14.
11. I don't think you can do it. Anyway, I'll explain it. 11 and 14, right?
Sir, is this assignment question, sir?
Assignment 1. Mithun, slightly go away from your mic, no?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So 16.
16.
16.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
This one.
27th some also, sir. 27, 28, sir.
Okay. We are going in 16. After 16, any other problem?
27, 28, sir.
Only 27, 28. No one else? No other doubt in between?
Another assignment I have, sir. After we finish this one, I'll say on the
22, sir.
22 or
25.
And 26.
25 and 26 also. Then 22 somebody told. Is 22nd also a doubt? No, right? Okay. That's it. Anything else?
Sir, will you clear questions on another assignment also, sir? Like,
Yeah. I'll go. After this, I'll go. Shall I start? No other doubts?
Sir, and for some questions you give wrong answers, sir. Like answer,
Right.
some wrong
Right.
one was given, sir.
Which one? Question number?
Sir, 12th, sir. I'm getting
Sir, I
8.6.
don't know whether it is wrong, but I got some different answers.
Yes, sir. I got 8.66 kilometer per hour.
I have doubt in 12th, sir.
12th one. 12th one. Let me check what is the answer. Wait. No, answer is right. You did something.
No, sir,
Answer
I got 8.66 kilometer per hour and
Okay, let me check. So 12th also is a doubt, right? 11th and 12th also. See, listen. Now, see, two forces equal to P and 2P Newton act on a particle. If the first is doubled and the second is increased by 20 Newton, the direction of the resultant is unaltered. Find the value of P. So how did you people proceed? What idea did you get? So what is the idea? Tell me. So if you look at the formula sheet, the angle made by the resultant with vector P is given by Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. So how is the diagram going to be? This P vector, this Q vector, if I take this as theta, if this is the resultant, the angle made by the resultant with B is given as tan beta is equal to Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta, right? So opposite vector times cos theta plus P plus opposite vector times, opposite vector times sin theta divided by P plus opposite vector times cos theta. So this is how you need to remember, right? So look at the 7th one. What are they saying is, so case 1, if I do it like this, let's first visualize the question. There is a particle. One particle is being pulled with the force of P. Another particle is being pulled with the force of 2P. Okay. The first be doubled and okay. So if I take this angle to be beta and if I take this angle to be theta, okay, then what is tan beta equal to? 2P
F2 by F1.
2P sin theta divided by P plus 2p cos theta, because this is p, this is q, right? 2p sin theta divided by p plus 2p cos theta. Am I clear with this? Similarly, in the case 2, what are they saying is, what are they saying? If the first is doubled, means if this becomes
Sir, we can't hear you, sir.
Are you able to hear me now? Had some technical
Sir.
issues. Okay. So
Yes,
till
sir.
which point were you able to hear?
Starting, so that formula
From where? When I explained
2p
this part,
sin theta.
that one is over. No, 2p sin theta divided by 2p plus 2p cos theta. This is clear, right? Till here
Yes,
you
sir.
could hear. So what do you mean by unaltered is the direction is same, means this tan beta is equal to this tan beta. So when I write it, I get it as 2p sin theta divided by p plus 2p cos theta is equal to 2p sin theta, 2p plus 20 divided by 2p plus 2p 20 cos theta. So what we can do is going to cross multiply and then do. Just a minute. So listen. So what I'm going to do is I'll cancel this p everywhere. So 2 divided by 1 plus 2 cos theta is equal to 2p plus 20 divided by 2p plus 2p cos theta plus 20 cos theta. Okay. So is it clear till this step?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now multiply, cross multiply both the sides. You will get 4p plus 4p cos theta plus 40 cos theta is equal to 2p plus 20 plus 4p cos theta plus 40 cos theta. I hope it is clear till this step. So 40 cos theta gone. 4p cos theta, 4p cos theta gone. So 2p is equal to 20, which implies p is equal to 10 Newton. Is this clear?
Sir,
Yeah,
in the
tell me.
last step, I got 4p square is equal to 2p square plus 20p.
Cancel that p, no? P is common in the denominator.
I didn't even get that cos theta, sin theta and all, sir.
Where? You will not have sin theta.
No, sir, anywhere in the question I didn't even use cos
Then
theta.
it is wrong. This is the formula.
Sir,
This is
I think we use some other thing, sir. Tan theta, that opposite by
Yeah,
adjacent.
that's what. You use a formula tan theta is equal to f2 by f1. That is wrong.
Oh,
That is applicable only when they are perpendicular to each other.
sir, the questions are perpendicular, no, sir.
Where did they say?
Oh.
Where have they told they are perpendicular?
Sir.
So this is the right approach. Even if you have got the answer using that formula, that is wrong. This is the only approach. Okay. Is it clear? So
Yes,
again,
sir.
yeah. Shall I proceed to the next one? I'll share this document. Don't worry. You concentrate on the concepts. Shall I proceed to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
So 11th one. On a certain rainy day, rain was falling vertically with a speed of 35 meters per second. When the wind started blowing after some time at an angle of 12 meters per second in east to west direction. Okay. In which direction should a boy at the bus hold his umbrella? See, concentrate on this question, okay? Had the rain been falling vertically, okay, I'll divide it as two cases. Case 1. Had the rain been falling vertically, velocity of rain is 35 meters per second. In which direction will he hold the umbrella?
Upward direction.
Upward.
So he will hold it like this. So he will hold the umbrella in this way. So it will be held in the opposite direction. This is the direction of umbrella. Right? But is the rain falling only vertically? So rain is falling vertically, and what is the wind trying to do? This is when the velocity of wind is 0. Okay. So observe north, east, south, and west. So the wind is blowing in this direction, east to west. So how will the diagram be? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So downward red arrow is velocity of rain. How much is this? This 35 meters per second. This is the velocity of wind, which is 12 meters
12
per
meters
second.
per second.
So according to parallelogram law of vectors, if two vectors are acting at the same point, how will the resultant be? It will be along the diagonal. Right. So you have been doing the problem based on it. So there's going to be the velocity of whom? This will be
Resultant.
the velocity of resultant. Am I clear till this point?
Yes,
So,
sir.
in which direction should he hold the umbrella means? So, with respect to him, rain is falling, appearing as if it is falling like this. So, he should hold the umbrella in this direction. So, this is going to be the direction of umbrella. Am I right till this point? Now, concentrate. What I'm going to do is, see, whenever they say direction, they're asking you the angle. If I take this angle as beta, and what is the angle between the two vectors that you have taken? It is
90 degree.
90 degrees. Now, what is the value of tan beta equal to? That is VR sine 90 divided by VW plus VR cos 90. Is there any doubt till here? So it's nothing but this vector is P, this vector is Q. I have applied the formula. So beta is here. With respect to beta, Q is opposite. So Q sine of angle between the vectors divided by second vector plus VR times cos theta. So I hope it is clear. 1 minute, 1 minute. P plus Q sine theta, right? P is this thing. Plus P, that is VW, correct. So this will be VR. What is sine 90? That is 1. Divided by VW. What is cos 90? That is a 0. So tan beta is equal to VR divided by VW. Right. So what is the value of tan beta? VR is how much? 35 divided by 12, which implies beta is equal to tan inverse of 35 divided by 12. So that will give you an angle of 90 degrees.
Sir, it is tan inverse 12 by 35.
Oh, VR is how much? See, tan inverse of 35 by 12, when you're reporting the answer, why is it 12 by 35? Because what is the formula that I apply? According to the formula that I applied, it's 35 by 12 only. No? It's right only. There is no mistake. One point to be noted is, who answered no?
Atul, sir.
Atul, listen. If you take this as alpha, then what you're saying is right, 12 by 35. Okay. Look at your problem. If I think you would have taken this angle, the one which I'm drawing now. If you take this angle, what you're saying is right. Tan inverse of 12 by 35 is right. Whereas what have I taken as the angle? It is the other one. So tan inverse of 35 by 12, you need to write the answer right this. So beta is equal to tan inverse of 35 by 12 with respect to whom? This is the angle made with respect to the wind or the rain.
Wind.
Wind.
This is what you need to report. Okay, if you have a doubt of what is this tan inverse of 35 by 12, just a minute. So, listen. Tan inverse one minute. Tan inverse. I don't know why this tan inverse is coming like this. It is 35 divided by 12. So it is coming in radians. Okay. The answer that you're seeing here is in radian. If you try to convert it into degree, you will get the answer. Is that clear?
Sir, degree is near the pi.
It's not getting changed.
Sir, 2.91 radians in degrees is coming as 16.6, sir.
How much is it?
16.6 degrees, sir.
16.6, sir. Then that should be the answer. 16 point. It should actually be 90 minus 19.
Sir, it's coming 71.
This is 19 degrees. This will be 71 degrees. Okay, it will be 71 degrees. Check it. Okay. So anyway, that is the main thing. You need not write the answer value because you will not be given calculator. I mean, you need not write the exact answer. You can leave it in tan inverse itself. Don't worry about it. So, but one point to be kept in your mind is once you write the angle, you need to write with respect to whom? With respect to which vector you're trying to talk about. For example, Atul's answer is 19 degrees with respect to the velocity of rain. My answer is 71 degrees with respect to the velocity of the wind. So both are same. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
We can just use tan theta equal to opposite by adjacent.
Yeah, you can use
since they are
that, but-
perpendicular.
Yes,
You
sir.
can use it, but you can use it. That is what I got. But I wanted to explain how that has come.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because it is because of this 90 degrees it has come. Okay.
Understood.
So what I suggest is remember one formula, the remaining things mathematics will take care. Okay. See, 12th one as of now you can't do because it is a problem based on relative velocity that I will explain later. Next. 14th one. So how to do the 14th one?
Sir, 12th, sir.
12th, just now I told Nada. You can't do it. It is problem based on relative velocity. I will explain later.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'll explain. I'll try to explain this. So you people tell me, a river is 800 meter wide, which is flowing at a rate of 5 kilometer per hour. A swimmer who can swim at 10 kilometer per hour in still water wishes to cross the river straight. Okay, he is wishing to cross the river straight. Along which direction must he strike? Okay. So if you have to visualize the diagram, it is like this. If there is any doubt, let me know. So there is a river which is how many meters wide? Which is
800 meter.
800, almost a kilometer, right? Which is 800 meter wide. Flows at a rate of 5 kilometer per hour, right? So let's say the velocity of the river is 5 kilometer per hour. Right? A swimmer who can swim at 10 kilometer per hour in still water wishes to cross the river straight. So listen, had the river been still, okay, had the river had no velocity, then in which direction he should have logically started? If VR was 0, let us assume VR was 0, then in which direction he could have started moving to go straight? He could have just gone like this. Right? For example, if I ask you to cross the road perpendicular to the road, what will you do? You just cross the road straight. Am I right? So this
Yes.
yes, you're able to visualize this part, no? But what is happening is, since there is velocity of the river that is existing, if suppose the swimmer starts moving like this, will he be able to reach the opposite end? What would have happened to him?
He'll somewhat move diagonal, sir.
Diagonal in which side? Right side or left side?
Right side.
Right side.
He would have gone like this. Right? Because what would have happened? Observe the physics behavior. He's trying to go in this direction. River is trying to go in this direction. So both these things put together will make him move in the diagonal direction. Right? This would have happened. But if I want him to come straight, if I want him to reach straight, so in which direction is it advisable?
Left
This is
side.
anti-clockwise,
Diagonal.
this clock. This, listen to the word carefully. This is anti-clockwise and this is clockwise. Anti-clockwise and clockwise. So in which direction should we start moving?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
He should have moved like this, right? He should have moved like this. So that what would have happened? The diagonal itself would have acted. The diagonal itself would have acted perpendicular. It will be like this. Am I clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, right? So this would have been the resultant velocity. Okay. So wherever you see it is a velocity of swimmer in, so this is the velocity of the swimmer. Okay, as of now have this in mind. So what is the velocity of swimmer? It is 10 km per hour. Right. So this is the velocity of a resultant. Now what are they asking? Along what direction must he strike so that he is able to reach the opposite end? Then what should be the answer? You can take this angle as theta. Right? You can take this angle as theta. Then what would have happened? Tell me what formula you're supposed to apply.
It has, sir, I didn't take tan theta, sir.
Tan theta, tell me what is the formula you'll apply.
I didn't take tan theta, sir. I took sin theta, sir. I took.
Why sin theta? How will you get sin theta here? What did you take sin theta as? What did you take sin theta as? See, you people know the resolution of vectors, right? This Vs be resolved into two components. What are the two components you will get? This will be Vs cos theta, right? And this direction will be Vs
Sin theta.
sin
Sin
theta. Okay. So listen. For swimmer to exactly reach the opposite end, Vs sin theta must be equal to Vr. Since velocity or net velocity along x direction should be equal to 0. So you know what is the meaning of this? What I'm trying to say is, whatever is the velocity the river is trying to have, plus whatever is the velocity the swimmer is trying to have, both put together along the horizontal direction should be 0. Only then he can go exactly in the vertical direction. Is that clear? So Vr will be equal to Vs sin theta. Now tell me how to proceed.
So you can find the resultant vector, sir.
Why do you find resultant? Vr is
theta
how
equals
5 is
5 by
equal
10.
to 10 sin theta, which implies sin theta is equal to 5 by 10, that is half. So sin theta is equal to half means theta is equal to 30 degrees. Okay. See, this is one of the methods. It is not necessary you have to solve the problem in this way alone. I am fixing to use any other other than tan theta. Now see how I am going to apply is, if I want to use the formula tan theta, then how do I use it? What is tan theta equal to? Opposite side times cos theta. So with respect to theta in this diagram, what is its side? V or Vs. Is Vr on the other side or Vs on the other side? Tell me. Are you able to listen? Are you able to hear?
Say your voice is breaking.
So what I asked is, I am taking the same formula tan theta, guys. Tan theta means what? Tan of the angle made by the resultant with any one of the vectors. I hope you guys went through the vectors video, which I have already taught for parallelogram law of vectors. Right? So I'm asking, if I want to apply tan theta formula here, tan theta is equal to what? opposite side times sine theta. So what is the opposite side here? Is it VR or VS?
VR.
It is VR. So VR times sine of the angle between the vectors. What is the angle between the vectors? Tell me. What is the angle between the vectors? Theta, this is 90. So what is the angle between the vectors?
90 plus theta.
90 plus theta.
Very good. VR sine 90 plus theta divided by adjacent. What is the adjacent side of it? It is VS. VS plus VR. Can I write it as cos of 90 plus theta? Am I clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tan theta is equal to, what is the formula for, what is the value of VR? It is 5. What is sine 90 plus theta? From your mathematics, it is
Cos
cos
theta.
divided by VS is 10 plus, what is the value of VR? Again 5. Cos of 90 plus theta is
Minus sine theta.
Minus sine theta.
so minus sin theta. I hope it is clear till this step. So tan theta is equal to cos theta divided by 2 minus sin theta. This is clear. So listen, sin theta divided by cos theta is equal to cos theta divided by 2 minus sin theta, which implies when you cross multiply, you get 2 sin theta minus sin square theta is equal to cos square theta. Okay. Convert cos square theta as sin theta. So 2 sin theta minus sin square theta is equal to, how can I write cos square theta? It is 1 minus sin square. So sin square theta gets cancelled. 2 sin theta is equal to 1, which implies sin theta is equal to half. Are you still getting the same answer? Are you able to understand? So you need not change. What I'm trying to say is you need not change the method from problem to problem. If you start adapting that method, you will start memorizing. Don't do that. So apply the same formula and solve it. So are both the methods clear? Is there any confusion? Students, are both the methods clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next part is, what are they asking? What should be his resultant velocity? So how to calculate the resultant velocity? So what is the resultant? When you apply the parallelogram law of vectors, velocity of resultant is equal to square root of VR square plus BS square plus 2 into VR into VS cos of, how much is the angle between them? Tell me, what is the angle between both the vectors?
30.
Why is it 30?
90 degrees.
It is, no, it is
120.
90 plus 30, that is 120. Because
120.
theta we found, no, it is 120 degrees, yes. So cos 120 degrees. So what is the value of VR? 35, 35 square plus 12 square plus 2 into 35 into 12 into what is cos 120, that is minus half. This and this will get cancelled. Calculate, that is going to be the resultant value. Oh, it is 5, sorry. I'm sorry, I applied previous problem values. So 5 square plus 100 so root of how much is it? 125 plus 50, root 175 is the answer. Root 175 meter per second. So that is going to be the resultant velocity. sorry, root 175. What is the mistake I did? Can you tell me? Wait, is it 75? Okay, root 75. What is the unit?
Kilometer.
It's kilometer per hour. It is not meter per second. Okay. Once you get the value, so 25, sorry, root 75 is nothing but 25 into root 3. Sorry, 5 root 3. Just a minute.
8.66.
3.66 watt.
8.66 kilometer per hour.
It will be 8.66 kilometer per hour. If you convert it to meter per second, you might get the value as
2.4.
Okay. So it is 5 root 3 kilometer per hour, 8.6 kilometer per hour. Conversion, you do it. Next, what are they asking? How much time he would take? So time taken is equal to what? Distance by
Speed.
speed. So what is the distance he is covering? Distance he is covering is 800 meter. 800 meter, what is the speed? This 800 meter is covering with the speed of V resultant. So 800 divided by 2.4. If you calculate it, you will get the answer. So calculation, is it coming as 333?
Yes, sir.
So those many seconds you will take. It's almost 5 minutes. 5 point something.
5.5 minutes, sir.
Is this clear? Shall I proceed to the next problem? So, listen. There is a car traveling at a speed of 20 meters per second due north. There is a car traveling with a speed of 20 meters per second due north and makes a right turn on to a side road that heads due east. It takes 50 seconds for the car to complete the turn. At the end of 50 seconds, the car has a speed of 15 meters per second along the side road. Determine the magnitude of average acceleration over the 50-second interval. So what is that you people understood?
At the end of 50 seconds, the car has a velocity of 15 meter per second.
Okay. But what are they asking? Determine the magnitude of average acceleration. What do you mean by average acceleration?
V2 minus V1.
V2 minus V1 is change in velocity. It is not acceleration.
Rate of change of velocity. V2 minus V1 by time T2 minus T1.
Yes. V2 minus V1 divided by
T2 minus T1.
T2 minus T1. Okay. So 1 minute, a car traveling at a speed of 20 meters due north on a highway makes a right turn on the side road. Gets to east. See, I'm going to use vectors properly. So V1 is equal to, can I write it as 20 j cap? Any doubt in this?
No,
so V1
sir.
is, now tell me, what will V2 be equal to? In the same context, tell me, V2 will be equal to how much? 15?
I cap.
Yeah.
That's right. So, average acceleration is equal to V2 minus V1 divided by T. We will take only the magnitude of V2 minus V1. So, magnitude of V2 is how much? 15 I cap minus 20 j cap, the whole divided by how much time is it taking? 15 seconds. So, what is the magnitude of AI cap plus BJ cap plus CK cap? Square root of A square plus B square plus C square. I hope it is clear. So what will be the magnitude of the square root of 15 square plus 20 square, the whole divided by 50. So that will be square root of 225 plus 400 divided by 50. So root of 625 is 25. 25 divided by 50 will give you half meter per second square. 0.5 meter per second square is the answer. So 0.3 is wrong, sorry. It is 0.5. Is there anyone having a doubt?
No, sir.
Then can I proceed to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the doubt you had, right? In figure ABCDEF, a regular hexagon, prove that AB vector plus AC vector plus AD vector plus AE vector plus AF vector is equal to 6 times AQ vector. Okay. So how to proceed? Listen.
Sir, it's AQ or AO, sir.
I think it is AO.
Yes, sir.
Q is not there, no? AO vector. Okay. So what is the relation between position vector and given vectors? So it is like this. Observe. So if I take one vector as A and the other vector as B, okay, if this is OA vector, if this is OB vector and this is AB vector, right? So this will be OA vector. OA vector is called the position vector of A. OB vector is called as the position vector of B. Then what is AB vector equal to? It is OB vector minus OA vector. Can someone tell me why it is so?
So what was the question?
I'm asking what is the relation between position vector and given vectors. So this is a given vector. AB vector is a given vector. How will you write AB vector in terms of its position vector? It will be OB vector minus OA vector. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In a similar way, see AB vector, I can write it as OB vector minus OA vector. Right? AC vector, how can I write it? OC vector minus OA vector. Similarly, how can I write AD vector as? It is OD vector minus OA vector. Are you guys able to understand what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, what will AE vector be? OE vector minus.
OA vector.
Similarly, AF vector is equal to. I hope it is clear till this step. Now see, this is OC vector and this is OF vector. Right? What is the relation between OC vector and OF vector? How are they with respect to each other?
OC is 2 times OF.
No.
Or
OC is equal to minus of OF vector because this is the center point. OC is equal to OF, but they are in opposite direction. So they are opposite vectors. That is why there is a minus sign. Similarly, what is the relation between OD vector and OA vector?
OD is minus OA
Very
vector.
good. Similarly, OE vector and OB vector, they both are in opposite direction. Now, if I add everything, because AB vector plus AC vector plus AD plus AE plus AF vector, so LHS is AB vector plus BC AC vector plus AD vector plus AE vector plus AF vector. What is AB vector? It is OB vector minus OA vector plus AC vector is OC vector minus OA vector.
Vector.
Add everything, okay? Plus okay. Once this is done, what is it we need? We need 6 times AO vector. Remember one thing, OA vector is equal to negative of AO vector. Do you guys know this?
Yes, sir.
Means if I swap these two, then the direction will get reversed. Means if OA vector is like this, then this will be minus of OA vector. That is nothing but AO vector. Okay. Now tell me, what all will get cancelled according to what I wrote here? OB vector added with what will get subtracted? OB vector and OE vector will get subtracted. Right?
It's
OB vector, OE vector will get subtracted. Similarly, OD vector will get cancelled with
OA vector.
OA vector.
OD and okay. So I'm not disturbing OD vector, let it be as it is. Now what else is the other vector that is
OC and OF, sir.
OC and
OC,
OF.
OF. OC vector and OF vector will get subtracted. Right? So minus OA vector is nothing but AO vector. Am I right?
Yes,
So
sir.
this will become AO vector. This is also A. So 1 times AO vector, 2 times AO vector, 3 times AO vector, 4 times AO vector, 5 times AO vector plus what is OD vector? OD vector is nothing but minus of OA vector.
Minus,
Correct? So minus
yes,
OA is also equal to AO vector. So in the place of OD vector, I can replace it with AO vector. So what is the answer?
6 times AO.
Are you guys able to understand? So 6 times AO vector. This is actually a mathematics based problem. This is called as vector algebra. Mark it as important because this one is a very, very important formula where you need to understand the relation between the position vector and the given vectors. I hope it is clear. So 6 times AO vector is the answer. Let me know once you have copied.
Sir, the question is given as pentagon, no, sir.
That's not pentagon, that's a hexagon.
Yes, the hexagon, no, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so I took AB plus AC plus AD plus AE plus AF is equal to AB plus AC plus AF plus AD plus AE, sir.
See, they are not scalar, they are vectors. So direction is also important. Okay. So you cannot, just because it's a hexagon, you cannot add them according algebraically. You have to add them vectorially. Means you need to take the vector sum. What you have done is algebraic sum. That is wrong.
Sir, I substituted AF with CD, sir. Like I do the diagonal, sir. Diagonal
So
side.
what did you substitute AFS?
AF as CD, sir.
AF is CD vector, correct only. Because AF vector will go like this, then it is CD vector. But did you write the vector symbol on top?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That
Then
AC plus CD, I wrote it as AD.
AD.
Sir. AD vector, sir. Then 2 times AD plus
BC
AD.
plus CD, you wrote it as AD. That's right. You can do like that also.
In that way only I did, sir.
No, that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Only.
Even
You
I
can
did
do-
that way, sir.
That's right. Any kind of manipulation is right. But you need to be very careful with the arrow marks.
Vector symbol also it gives, sir.
You have to use the vector symbol. Yes. Okay. So this is a problem where it's all where it's all based on position vectors, and this method is very important. It's better you learn this. Okay. So 16th is over. Next.
Sir, 27 itself enough, sir. 28 is easy, sir. I didn't even see the question, sir.
25. How to do? 25 is there, no? A particle is acted upon by 4 forces simultaneously. 30 Newton due east. This is 30 Newton. 20 Newton due north. Then 50 Newton due west. And 40 Newton due south. So there's 40 Newton, there's 20 Newton, there's 50 Newton. Find the resultant of the particle. So how to calculate?
We take F1 as 50 minus 30.
So F1 vector, you can take it as, see, I would suggest you a standard method, okay? You can use this problem you can use this concept throughout physics wherever you're dealing with vectors. It is not problem specific. So what I'm trying to do is observe carefully. I'm taking this as 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So what is F1 vector? F1 vector is 30 I cap. F2 vector is how much? 20. You guys tell me.
20 j cap.
J cap. F3 vector is
50 minus I cap.
very good. F4 vector is
40 minus j cap.
okay. So wherever you see resultant, the resultant of a vector is nothing but the vector sum of everything. F1 vector plus F2 vector plus F3 vector plus F4 vector. So what is F1 vector? 30 I cap plus F2 vector is 20 j cap. F3 vector is 50 into minus I cap plus 40 into minus j cap. Collect all the I cap terms. So I cap into 30 minus 50, that is minus 20 I cap. Am I right? So minus 20 I cap minus 20 j cap. So what we are trying to say is, Rohan, you told me, no, you have to subtract both.
Yes, sir.
So which direction you are going to take positive and negative, the vectors itself will take care. They are asking what? What is the resultant of the particle? So resultant magnitude is equal to root of 400 plus 400. What do you get?
Root of 800. 20
So root
root
of 20 root 2.
20 root 2, sir.
Right? 20 root 2 what? Newton. Because it's a force. Okay. So how will you draw the vector diagram for minus 20 I cap, minus 20 j cap? Observe. So whenever they ask you the resultant, you need to report the angle also. Angle is the direction. So how you are going to do? See. So minus 20 I cap is in this direction. Sorry. Minus 20 I cap, now which direction? This. Similarly, minus 20 j cap is like this. Okay. So how much will the resultant make? If I take this angle as theta, this is 20 I cap with a minus sign. This is 20 j cap with a minus sign. So tan theta is equal to what? Opposite by adjacent, or you still can apply the same formula. So what is the angle between these two vectors? It is 90 degrees. They are exactly perpendicular. So it will get 20 divided by 20, which will be 1. So what is the value of theta?
45 degree.
So 45 degrees south of west. Or you can just write it as 45 degrees in the third quadrant. Are you guys clear with this?
Yes, sir.
So this is a standard method. Wherever you want to deal with vectors, you can apply this method. For example, the same concept can be used to projectiles also. Anywhere you deal with it. Shall I move on to the next one? So 26th. Two boys raising a load pull at an angle to each other. If they exert force 30 Newton and 60 Newton respectively, and their effective pull is at right angles to the direction of pull of the first boy, what is the angle between their arms? What is the effective pull? This 30 Newton.
Yes, sir.
Let's say we don't know the angles, okay? This 60 Newton, let's say the angle between them is theta. And the resultant is making what? The resultant is making right angles. So if it has to make right angles, then the angle between these two vectors by default should have been obtuse angle. Because this is the direction of resultant and this is going to be the other force, 60 Newton. If this is theta, this is the resultant. Am I clear till this step? So what
Yes.
is tan theta equal to? Tell me, tan theta is equal to 30 sine of what? Opposite side sine of the angle between the vectors. How much is the angle between vectors?
90 plus theta.
Very good. 90 plus theta, the whole divided by 60 plus 30 cos
30
of,
plus 90 plus theta.
okay. So what will get cancelled? This 30 will get cancelled. This will get cancelled once, twice, and once. So sine theta divided by cos theta is equal to sine 90 plus theta cos theta divided by 2 minus sine theta. So 2 sine theta minus sine square theta is equal to cos square theta. So 2 sine theta minus sine square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So what is the answer? Theta is equal to 30 degrees. So theta is equal to 30 degrees means this total angle will be 1. Is it right? So what will be the value of R? R will be root of 30 square plus 60 square plus 2 into 30 into 60 cos of how much?
30.
30.
Cos of what? Cos of the angle between the vectors. What is confusing you guys? So 30 square plus 60 square. Cos 120 is nothing but minus half minus 30 into 60. Did you understand what I did? Cos 120 is minus half. 2 and 2 will get cancelled and you have a minus sign left out. So this will be root of 900 plus 3600 minus 1800. So square root of 900 plus 3600 minus this thing, that is 1800. So what is the answer? Root of 2700, that you can write it as 90 into 900 into 3. The square root of 900 is, so what is square root of 900?
30.
30.
So 30 root 3 is the answer.
Sir. And
Yeah, tell me.
Theta is 120, sir.
120 only.
Oh, sorry, sir. I saw the previous theta is equal to 30 euros. No, sir. That too nice, sir.
See, angle, you have to, you should not remember the formula. You should remember that as angle between the given vectors. Okay, be careful. Are you done? Shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Now you people tell me how to take. A ship is streaming due east at 12 meters per second. A woman runs across the deck at 5 meters per second in a direction right angles to the direction of motion of the ship, and then towards the north. Calculate the velocity of the woman relative to sea. See this problem, you hold it. Now you can't do.
Sir, square root of 12 and 5 will get the answer. No, sir.
No, I have to teach you the concept of relative velocity that I'll teach tomorrow.
Sir, I took it as 12 I cap and j cap, sir. 5 j cap, sir.
That's right only. So what did you? It will be 13. 13 is
13,
the
yeah.
Sir, 13, sir.
But I want to explain what is that relative velocity. That is why I asked you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Is it clear? So 28 is the last problem in this assignment, right? So find the angle between the two vectors, p vector and q vector. If the resultant vector is given as r square is equal to p square plus q square. So it is very simple. Let angle between the vectors p and q be theta. Hence, the resultant is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. But what is given? R square is equal to p square plus q square. So using 1 and 2, what can I say? P square plus q square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. P square gone, q square gone, which implies 2pq into cos theta equal to 0. So cos theta is equal to 0. So theta will be how much? 90 degrees. Is that clear? So the value of theta here is going to be 90 degrees. Now tell me what are all the problems out in this exercise? The second assignment, what are all the
38, sir.
only 38? Any other problem, others?
And 36, sir.
38 and 36, sir.
So the 30th question was.
There may be 20 problems. No? In which one you're talking about? The first one. The second one, there are only 20 questions, no?
Yeah, sir. I mean, like, continuously.
Continuation.
Plus
Oh, in the continuation, you are saying 30?
30th question. That is the second problem of the second.
30th means second problem. Okay. 30th and 38th.
Yes, sir.
That is second and 10th problem. Find unit vector parallel to the resultant of the vectors. Okay. So if two vectors are given, if you want to find the resultant, so resultant of vectors A vector and B vector is given as sum of both the vectors, that is A vector plus B vector. Let me call this as R vector, which implies R vector is equal to, you guys tell me, 4i cap minus j cap minus k cap. I hope it's clear till this step. Did you understand what I did? I
Yes,
added
sir.
both the vectors. So they're asking what is a unit vector parallel to this. So unit vector parallel to R vector is given as R vector divided by modulus of R vector. So that is 4i cap minus j cap minus k cap divided by square root of 4 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that will be 4I cap minus j cap minus k cap, the whole divided by root of 18. Root 18 is nothing but 9 into 2, that is 3 root 2. So that's the answer.
Sir, third.
So there is a vector x vector. When added to the resultant of the vectors, gives a unit vector along y-axis. Find x vector. So what?
Sir, are you speaking, sir?
I can't hear you.
Are you guys able to hear me? I have a power cut here.
Sir, here also power cut, sir.
There also. Everywhere.
Sir,
Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll stop with this. I'll clear the remaining doubts tomorrow and start related rest. Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
1 minute. Just don't leave. Just a minute. Tell me what are all the problems that we have doubt. So third one you told. Then
Eighth one, sir.
in this
Assignment
assignment
2, eighth one, sir.
Okay.
Sixth.
6.
15th.
Then
11.
even 10th, sir. 10th one also.
11.
10,
The 15th.
11, 15. That's it.
And I even have in the last question, sir, second subdivision.
Yes, sir. Even 20th question.
20th question, second subdivision, sir.
20th question, second subdivision. Calculate the force tending to. Okay, that's it, right? That's it.
Even first
first-
subdivision, sir.
Even
First subdivision. For 20th question.
Okay, 20th complete problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's it, right? Just wait.
Sir,
for
are we supposed to know the value of cos 40 and sin 40?
No need. No need. You need not know any of the values. Okay.
Sir, then in the 20th question, it's have to find it using cos 40
Yes, sir.
and sin 40.
Where?
20th question, sir.
They didn't give you the values, but then you can leave it in cos 40. See, generally for these kind of questions, they'll give you what is the value of cos 40 and sin 40. Don't worry about it. So here it is not given, but in general, when they give it in the exam, they'll give you the values. Okay.
Sir, even
So
for
it's
8th sum, it's
Okay.
cos 50 is given.
Okay, I'll do one thing. See, if suppose 40 degrees was the one which was troubling you, you can change the question to 30 degrees for 20th one. And which problem? The 12th one?
8th.
8th also 50 degrees, sir.
Yes, sir. Cos 50.
Oh, then we'll do one thing. You change that to 45 degrees and then solve it. Let's see for answer. If the degree is a problem, not the concept, then it's fine. Okay, change it to 45 degrees, solve the problem. Let's see what is the answer. We'll verify tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I made a note of them. So tomorrow I'll discuss all these doubts and then we can go to the next concept. So by tomorrow I'll be finishing this chapter. So just a minute, don't leave. I'll take attendance and then